Hi everybody. I wanted to make this video tutorial on how to access all of your assignments that are being posted online from home in the event that you are home. So let's say you're out sick for a couple of days, or you are going on a trip somewhere, or whatever the case is. If you need to access your online materials to work on your schoolwork, this is how you do it. It's a little bit different this year. A lot of teachers last year used things like Google Classroom or a whole host of various different things, but this year we're using Schoology. So I wanted to show you how to get on Schoology from home and make it hopefully as easy as possible on you. And really there's two different easy ways to get to Schoology. And one is to go through something called Clever. So here I am, I've got a Google browser pulled up, and I'm just going to type in Clever, hit enter, and it should pull up this result from clever.com. So I go to clever.com, and now it's going to give me this option to log in as a student up here in the upper right hand corner. Now when I click on this, it's going to look a little bit different for you at home than it does for me, and I'll explain why. So I'm going to click log in as a student, and then it's automatically going to pull up this page that says Cadillac Area Public School District. Yours is not going to do that if you do it from home. What it's going to do is it's actually going to ask you what is the name of the school that you go to. So you want to start typing in, it's going to be a box like right in here. You want to start typing in Mackinac Trail Middle School. And you actually don't have to type in the whole thing. It will start to autofill it as you do. So start typing in M-A-C-K-I-N-A. And as you do, it should pop up with Mackinac Trail Middle School. So you type that in and you click enter on Mackinac Trail Middle School, and then it will bring you to this page. And then it's going to ask you to log in with Google. So you click on log in with Google. And once you do, mine's going to automatically log in because I'm already logged in on my computer. But once you click on login with Google, it's going to ask you for your school account information. You need to make sure that you are using your Google account that you use at school. If you try to use your at-home Google account, it's not going to work. And you might even have to, you'll notice in the upper right-hand corner here, I'm logged in with my Google School account. If you are not logged in with this account, it might not let you get in. So you might have to log out of whatever Google account you're logged into, and you might have to log into your school account up here, and then you will be able to log in there. It totally depends. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. But try logging in with your Google School account first, your school username, your school password, the same thing that you use to get onto the network, and give that a shot. And also, if it ever asks you to link data, then you definitely want to do that because that will help this learning management system work with your Google account at home. That's something that you want to do, okay? So in any case, now here we are at this page, all right? And now we can get to Schoology very simply, and it's right there. So this is a really easy way. Once you do this for the first time or two at home, then you can get to everything that you need to. So if your teacher is asking you to do something on iReady or Newsella, or you can get to Parrot Portal from here, the school website's here, Google Drive, etc. There's a whole host of things that you can get to here. But Schoology is the main one that we're using this year, so it will take you right to that. Now, some of you might just be saying, well, okay, so why don't I just go to Schoology.com? Isn't that a lot easier? Well, it would be, except that the way that Schoology operates is they actually have separate websites for each individual school district, and they have to do that in order to deal with all of the online traffic that they're getting in usage this year, especially with the global pandemic going on. So we actually, you can't just go to Schoology.com. You have to go to a different website. And for some of you, this might be a lot easier. If you and I have this in a new tab. If you go to cadillacschools.schoology.com, and if I were to hit enter here, it's going to prompt me to log into Schoology with my Google account, and then it's going to take me right there. That is if I'm at home. If I hit enter right now, it's just automatically going to take me to Schoology because I'm already logged in to my Schoology account, so it's going to skip that step. I've already logged in, so it'll just take me there. So I'll do that now. I'll hit enter, and I'll show you. It's going to take me right to Cadillac Schools. And you'll know if you're in the right place because it's going to have our Viking Caps logo right up here in the upper left, right? Something to consider. Whichever way works best for you, use that one, right? Some people like to, cadillacschools.schoology.com, and then they bookmark this. Or some people like to go through Clever because it's got all these other options here that they can use. Either way, a couple of simple ways to get into Schoology. All right, so now we're at Schoology. Now what do we do? Okay, So, of course, you're going to have to go to My Class, and you are going to have a number of different things on here that will be your classes for all your other teachers at school. This is my side, so I have my other things that are in here. So I'm going to click on Language Arts, of course, and we're going to go into our course. And as soon as you're in our course, you're going to see all of this different stuff. There's the classroom library check-in and check-out that we talked about. Helpful resources. I wanted to talk about this real quick before we even get into like trying to go to your assignments. This is a place that I'm trying to put things that might be helpful to you at home. So for example, if you're doing an assignment at home where it says you need to use the ABC model, well, oh man, I forgot. It's at school. What's that supposed to be? Oh yeah, that's right. Mr. Wolf has it here in the helpful resources folder. Here it is. And so I can just kind of take a look at the ABC model here, and I can use that for my assignment. So there's that. Or let's say you want to redo an assignment. That will give you information on how to do that. Or how to quickly and easily find your assignments. If you click on that, I gave you instructions in there on how to do that. So just a couple of little helpful things that I hope will make your life a little easier. But in any case, so there's that helpful resources tab. Now, beyond that, you're at home, you get into Schoology, you want to get your assignments for the day. You're out today. What do we do about today? Okay, so you need to find the current unit folder, and the current unit folder is always going to be the one on top. I've done it that way, so it's the easiest one for you to get to, and so it's going to be the closest one to the top. So you can see we have all these other units in here, just in case you ever need to go back and see anything in there, but the current unit is right there, and so there it is. Unit 3, the games afoot, that's the one that we're currently in at the time of me making this video. So we're going to hop in there. So we click on that unit folder. And what you're going to see is as soon as you get inside this unit folders, you're going to see a couple of different things. So in the blue folders are weekly folders. And right now we're in the first week of this unit. So we only have one weekly folder in there. But as we continue, more of those will appear. And you'll see the dates of this week that we are using, November 4th to November 6th. It starts on a Wednesday because that's when we started the unit. Otherwise, it would start on Monday, but we started this unit on Wednesday. So November 4 to November 6, and that's where we're at with week 1. And then we have this other thing, and I will talk about that in just a minute. But so you need to get to the weekly folder, and we're going to click on that. Inside the weekly folder, the first thing that you need to do is you need to go to the lessons. The lessons are really what it is. It's just the embedded form of the slideshow that I use every single day in class. This slideshow is going to be hopefully very easy for you to navigate, and I'll show you kind of some tips and tricks on how to navigate through this thing. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look at all of the things that we're doing in class, any notes that we're taking, any assignment directions or anything like that. All of that is going to be in here. So we're on this, so I'm going to click, and it's going to take me to this navigation page. And you'll see that week 1 and week 2 are listed out there. We are in week 1 because at the time of me making this video, it is November 4th. So I'm going to click on this video for November 4, this link, sorry. I'm going to click on this link for November 4, and it's going to take me to this landing page, right? So here I am, and today is Wednesday, so I click on Wednesday, and it's going to take me to this page now, which is the page that shows me exactly what it is we're doing in class. Now, let's say, for example, you got onto the wrong page. It was Thursday instead, and you were supposed to be on Wednesday. Look for the ship's wheel. If you find the ship's wheel and you click on it, it will take you back to the beginning every single time. So, whoops, clicked on Thursday instead. Need to go back to Wednesday. The ship's wheel's here. You could go back if you need to, but here we go. We're at Wednesday. Okay, so here we are. Now we found the right class period. Or we found the right day in the class notes, and we should be all set to go here. So now I'm looking at Wednesday. I can see here's my learning target. I need to determine the structure of an argument, so we must be talking about that. Today in class, we're doing the reading zone, so I'm going to have to read my 20 pages. Then we're talking about our goals and scales, and then we're going to do this thing about intro to argumentation. Okay, makes sense. So I can kind of click through these slides and see, oh, yep, here we go. We're doing the reading zone. And then here's the thing about the goals and scales. Okay, so they must have got new goals and scales in class, so I need to make sure that I get those when I come back to school. Here's the intro to argumentation thing. Looks like they did a little activity, and now they're taking some notes, right? And so, okay, so they're taking some notes on the structure of arguments. Okay, looks good, right? I'll have to take those notes. Yep. Oh, okay. And then now here we get to this, and it says that they did an assignment called Shut Down Your Screen Week. Okay, I'm going to have to go find that in the week one folder. So I got to remember to do that. Was there anything else they did for today? Nope. Okay, so nope, they did that. So they took some notes. They did a little activity on the structure of argument and took some notes on that, and then they did this assignment. Okay, sounds good. So, all right, great. So now that after I look at all these notes and maybe I write some things down and everything, I should be good. And now I should be ready to work on that Shut Down Your Screen Week assignment, which if I click back in that Unit 1, November 4 to November 6 folder, it's right here. So if I click on that, it will say, oh yeah, here it is. Here's the assignment. Okay, so it's embedded right here. It says, we did this assignment by hand in class. Additional copies are in class. It can be printed and completed at home. Okay, great. So if I have a printer, I can print it out and I can do it then. Or if I don't have a printer, what I can do, and I'm Mr. Wolf, I'm totally fine with this. I don't have an issue with this. What you can do is you can just write this out by hand. Okay, so let's say that you look through this whole thing. Okay, so he wants me to do this, read this whole thing. He wants me to note this, but I don't have a printer, so I can't do that yet. But there is this thing that I need to do. Okay, so that I can just write out on a piece of paper. Should be fine. So it says, think about the argument structure that we discussed in class on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best. Rate how well you think the author of Shut Down Your Screen Week followed that structure. Please use the ABC model in your response. Okay, so I can find the ABC model in that helpful tips folder, and I'm just going to take a piece of paper. If I don't have a printer at home, I'm just going to take a piece of paper and I'm just going to write this out by hand. And when I come back to class, I'll just bring that with me, and then I'll get a copy of this paper and I'll staple it together and turn it in, and then Mr. Wolf can grade it. So that's great. That works. Okay, sounds good. So I have that, and I am good for today. I have done all my stuff. I took a look at the notes. I worked on this assignment at home, and I should be all set. I read my 20 pages. Yep, I'm good. I'm all set. So that is what you would do if you were at home. You would just make sure that you access all those materials that you need to, and then you should be good. I wanted to take one more quick note about the unit folder and come back to this because I said I was going to. So sometimes some of the assignments that we're working on take longer than just a day or two. Sometimes our larger papers can take a couple of weeks to work on them. And so it doesn't really make sense to put them in these weekly folders if they go more than a week, because now you're putting all the materials in one folder and then and another folder as well, and they can kind of get jumbled up, and it just gets too confusing. So instead, I've made a separate folder here, and inside this folder, all the things that you would need for your larger papers are going to be in there. So if you go to the unit slideshow and you're navigating through it, and you know the day says, hey, you need to work on your paper. Well, then you're going to have to come back out here and then click on that, and then you'll be able to work on your paper here, and you should be able to access those materials there. So I just wanted to make sure that that was clear as well, and we're good to go there. Okay, now you found all your stuff, you've worked on your assignments, everything's great. But what happens if everything is not great? If you are trying to find the slides, you can't find them, you're trying to work on something, it's not working, whatever the case is, what happens if that happens and you need to get a hold of me? Well, the easiest way to get a hold of me during the day is to email me. And that should be really simple if you're logged in with your student account at home. If you go to Gmail and you start writing an email and you start typing my name, so WOLF, the second that you start typing in my last name, it should pop up with me. And then you click on my name and you just send me a quick email. Say, hey, Mr. Wolf, I'm at home. I'm trying to work on this, and I'm having trouble trying to access this set of materials. Can you help me out? And send. I check my email multiple times throughout the day. It's the quickest and easiest way to get a hold of me. So if you send me an email, as soon as I have a chance, I will sit down and I will make sure that I prioritize responding to you, and I will get you some help, and we'll help you out while you're at home. Okay, so that would be definitely my suggestion. And if you have any other questions about anything, like even if it's just about something in this video or whatever the case is, you can always email me. That's a great way to get a hold of me and ask me any questions. So anyway, I'm going to close out the video with that. Ladies and gents, I hope that this was helpful to you. If you have any suggestions for anything else that would be helpful to you, let me know, and I would be happy to make another video tutorial. But I hope that this serves you well in terms of getting onto your assignments at home in the event that you need to. So yeah, all right. Have a great day.